Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to day 26 of this 30 Days of Mindfulness series. Today, I'm going to continue talking about the 10 paramis, beneficial, skillful qualities of mind, of heart, which we can cultivate in meditation and in daily life. And specifically today, I'm going to be talking about patience, which is, I think, one of the most important things to continually invoke and bring to mind in meditation and as a way of actually being with life in general, right? We live at a place and time where rushing is often the norm. You know, if the purpose of life is to get ahead, then how does the mind follow? It becomes acclimated to that frame of reference, getting to the next thing, getting something done in order to get somewhere. And while there is value and of course in getting things done and accomplishing things, when the mind is in a perpetual state of hurrying, there's not much balance. There's not much ease, and there's not much clear seeing that can happen. So cultivating patience can be an antidote to this frame of mind, right? Instead of wanting, pushing, always forging ahead, you can begin to actually bear with what is actually happening in the mind, what is actually happening in the body. And so we can cultivate this in a meditation practice by beginning with our own minds, right? Beginning to have some patience. When I sit down and I set an intention to stay with the breath, what is the mind doing, right? It keeps wanting to push, keeps wanting to push. So I can start by just having patience with that and understanding that some of these patterns of mind that I have are pretty well established through a lifetime. So it's going to take some time to start to be able to transform some of these things. So having patience with the wandering mind is a great example of this. And we can also use this off of the meditation cushion, right? Like moving through the day, beginning to see what areas of my life I can bring this quality in. Because, waiting is unfortunately an inevitable part of life, right? I want to be on time to things, and inevitably, I will have to wait in a line, in traffic, whatever it is. So these are times where we can start to notice actually the way the mind is hurried, that inner tension that comes up when I'm just standing in the grocery line, or when I catch the red light, or when traffic is at a dead stop, right? You can almost feel the tension of hurrying in the body and in the mind. So what is it like to bring this same level of patience actually into, and just say, I'm in the situation, I can't control it. Hurrying is actually not doing me any good. Can I bring patience to this life, right? To these things which are out of my control. And there's another aspect of patience that is a gradual process that unfolds over time, right? Like I mentioned earlier, trying to change some of these long-standing patterns. It's not going to necessarily just happen overnight. And so there's this long arc of meditation through having a daily practice, through even doing something like sitting a meditation retreat. The real change can begin to unfold over time through continually cultivating this non-judgmental, this less reactive approach. Begin to see the changes that can occur in the emotional body, perhaps. Cultivating a different perspective on anger or on fear doesn't happen overnight, right? These are strong, powerful emotions in the body. But through continually redirecting the mind from a reactive mindset around fear or around anger, these kind of powerful charges, you can begin to see that actually it's this reactivity which is often perpetuating the fear, which is perpetuating the anger, keeping it propelling it forward so these emotions stay with us over time by having a patient attitude in these moments, right? Understanding that fear is going to arise, understanding that anger will arise. These aren't completely worthless emotions. They have value and they can often tell us of things. But the idea is not to immediately react to them in meditation and in daily life, because they can lead to distorted frames of mind, not clear seeing. So over time, this reactivity can decrease, and we can begin to see deeper and deeper ways in which we may be unnecessarily suffering in life, right? Over time, through patience, we can actually begin to see more clearly what is really happening in the mind. What are some of the ways that my own particular mind is causing me to suffer? So much of this for me has been, it's almost like peeling through the layers of an onion slowly over time, from the more coarse forms. For me, this was addiction, right? Just dropping the most unskillful behaviors first. And then over time, getting into seeing more and more what's underneath that. Where did this addiction come from, Often wanting to be different, wanting to be better than I was, wanting some kind of maybe status or recognition underneath that, wanting others to see me a certain way underneath that, right? So this patience over time can allow us to see deeper and deeper into the ways and our own personal habits, which may be not beneficial, not skillful. And patience can lead to gradually releasing the mind from the grip of these patterns. So we will sit with this. I think I've spoken quite a bit about it now. So just finding an upright posture wherever you're sitting right now. Taking one or two deep breaths. Softening the body while still keeping this body upright. And you can close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. So to begin, just as best you're able, releasing the mind from any grip of the hurried mind, and opening into awareness itself, settling awareness into the body and this rhythm of the breath. It's possible to learn from the breath in meditation. It can show the mind how to be steady. It can anchor the mind. And it can suffuse the mind from the conceptual world into the direct experience of the body. And just inviting a global relaxation to the body with each exhale. Almost like untangling from the unnecessary tension, which is sometimes in the background of experience. opening, widening, and softening around this upright back. And allowing the thinking mind to just be in the background of experience. Cultivating patience with the busy mind. And patience with this body and heart. Patience is like a medicine for the nervous system. Can release the body from the grip of having to be someone all of the time. Allowing the breath to invite the mind down into the body. And seeing how the heart responds to this quality of patience. Noticing any resistance that may be there. And also noticing any ease or relief which comes through slowing down and simply being present. Inviting a sense of gratitude for taking this time to sit still and just breathe for a while. So thank you for your time, your practice, and your patience. And I just want to encourage you to really consider how this simple quality, which I never learned about very much, in my education in school, or in college or anything like that, but the real value of actually being patient, of not always focusing on what's next in the future. How can this be brought into your daily life? As I said before, at times when we may not be able to control the traffic jam or the waiting in line or the time it's taking someone to get back to us, right? Noticing that tension that comes up and noticing how you can bring mindfulness and patience to those experiences. So, thank you for being here as always, and looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Be well.